Las Vegas. Another gorgeous day here in Las Vegas. We've had 8 days of Chamber of Commerce weather, along with some great and exciting pool action for the 2025 Predator Pro Billiards Series. 8 pro tournaments, $400,000 prize fund, but the grinder will put her in her place, or attempt to put her in her place. Breaking first, the all-important lag, she wins.
Nothing down. Big bunch of balls over near the right long rail. Two's available to the side. Be a push on the first shot here. You can push to an open one ball. The position on the two is going to be tough. Try to push to the rail, take away the bottom of the cue ball. Off the rail a bit. April actually has a chance here. Cue ball's leading into the short rail. It's going to come 2 rails back towards the 2. Tough shot for your opening shot of the match. But we'll see if she can assert herself here.
And these are the kind of shots that really tune you up. I mean, when you shoot this hard shot and you make it, it really picks you up at the beginning of the match.
Thick. Looks like she's going to leave the 1. Centeno's a little bit thin on this ball. Going to have to featherweight it into the corner.
Might she bump the 3 ball to stay there for the 2?
It's a little risky. She'll do her best she can to slow it down. Nice shot. Rack's not wide open, so you might not see Centeno at full speed here, but when you see her getting going in the open racks, it's just a sight to see.
Oh, fast and loose, dangerous.
The most attacking women's player. Can put a mid in that category as well.
It's 2 races to 4, 2 out of 3 races to 4. If they're tied in the third and deciding set, it goes to a shootout.
Yeah, they're in the final 32 stage. Their goal will be to get to the final 8 and make the final 16 redraw. Winner of this match will have 2 shots at getting to that stage of the tournament. Pardon me, it'll be a final 16 redraw.
She is playing in the mixed doubles with Mark Estiola, both from the Philippines. She is from Zamboanga City in the Philippines. She defeated Nicole Cuellar 2-0, 2 sets to 0 in her opening round here. They actually won their first round in the mixed doubles also.
Just making it look easy right out of the gate here. Little straight. She can go 2 rails forward if she has any angle going to the left. Just pounded out of that one.
A very quiet Q-tip. She just aims and fires, rock and fire. And
4-railer almost goes. Lots of action on the rack, but nothing down. Larson's going to be on a push here. I don't mind pushing towards the 6. Does she have the thinnest left edge? Maybe just. Wow,
oh,
how thin was that?
Talk about the thinnest left edge. What a great little shot there. Can she slide this by the 8 and stay on top of it with the cue ball?
If she can, she will. It's very tight past the 8. Kind of tough to slow the cue ball down too, because you got to hit the 1 pretty thinly. And go rail first. This is a smart shot here. Very smart shot from Centeno. She's left the right edge, so Larson's going to have a chance to get back up table with the cue ball. Ideally behind the 10. She could just thin the 1 to the left as well, but I think you'd want to be more aggressive against a player like Centeno. Yeah, for me, this one's not quite aggressive enough, but it can work. See? Got her pretty good. Centeno's going to kick probably at the short rail here. Try to get Larson behind the 8. Got to be careful on these because, oh, she's even swerving it. This is an aggressive try. Okay, swerve to a direct hit. Good shot.
Nice little touch swerve there, rather Efren-esque style.
Oh. Larson's going to look to put Centeno close to the 8 here. April has a fair bit of experience for her age. Been playing in major tournaments for at least 5 years now.
Yeah, she was on the USA Team USA team championships in Austria.
They did well too, making it to the quarterfinals.
Sure. I think it was Tyler Steyer and Joey Tate on the same team.
There was that one time, and then the second time Tyler and Shane played. This year, that was the team.
I think it was Joey Tate that was playing with the borrowed cue because his luggage got lost.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, good trap here from Larson. Gets the advantage after a few safe innings. Let's see if the 3 passes the 5. I don't believe it does. Going to be tough position to get on anything pocketable on the 3. I think Larson's going to consider the combo here. I don't mind it, particularly because of where the 3 is. So big shot coming up for Larson in the first set. You know, if you don't hang with Centeno, she's liable to just pull away real quick. So
you've got to slow her down.
Yeah.
It just, if you take your time at the table, something's got to slow her down. Safety, safety, safety. But if you give her openings and she catches her rhythm, it's impressive.
Yeah.
Very, very impressive.
And that's not just a comment for Larson, that's a comment for anybody, but Larson coming in as a bit of an underdog this beginning of the match is very important here. So tough miss on the combo. Centeno can open up the 3-4-5 area. Look at that. Real aggressive try there from Centeno, but kind of taking a free shot at the 10, similar to what Larson did. There is room for the cue ball kind of near where it is now to pocket the 3 in the top right. It's going to be a little too straight for that play. She could go rail first and try to develop some angle up table. I think she's going to have to. Try to get the cue ball down near the 3. If it ends up perfect, it's fine. Pretty tough. Ton of speed. Right spin. Want to consider your rail first options in those spots. Centeno can cross the 2 here, possibly playing the cue ball back near the 10. That was an all-out safe. Might have looked like she was trying to pocket it, but she was playing safe there.
April is a 665 Fargo-rated player, number 9 in the WPBA. 24-year-old living in San Antonio out of Bloomington, Minnesota. 5-time national junior champion. Oh, what a good shot.
Decent with the cue ball, too. The 4 ball might get in the way.
If it keeps going.
She's okay. Great shot by Larson there. Big test on the pocketing here. Position's natural.
She's playing with the Peach Hour cue.
Her sponsors as well.
Mm-hmm. Sponsors are on the shirt. Castillo Leather Goods. They make some beautiful cases.
Shot by Larson.
Is that Fort Worth Billiards? Is that what the other one was?
I'll have to take a closer look, but they're a big company out of Texas and do a lot for the players. Positions for the 7 is going to be a little tough. Could come one rail and play at the 7 in the side. If the side angle doesn't end up perfect, she's got an option in both corners. Strong play here from Larson. She got straight enough that she can come up the left long rail. Bit of left spin.
Players, 9 holes singles platinum division.
You can hear the announcements for the amateur division in the background. She actually has to throw this in a bit, so she'll be playing to the right. Just caught it a little thick.
Please come up to the tournament desk immediately. Thank you.
She's in a bit of trouble here because the cue ball's moving to the right, and she wants to be on the left side, right side of the table. I think she's going to try to power up 2 rails, develop some angle going to the opposite side of the table. Tough. Got down to the end of her shot clock. A lot of good shots in that sequence. She's got a little out of line in the 7. I mean, for me, George, I'm just playing safe behind the 9. But you can bank it 2 ways as well, and I think she is.
Bank and cut. Yeah, bank and cut were both open, and I noticed she was going to be cutting it because she called it over there. She indicated she was going to be going to that corner. It was a rather thin cut, but it kept the cue ball in a good line for the 8. That's what was good about that shot.
Yeah.
Very difficult. April hit that ball with good speed to get it back up to the middle of the rail in case she missed. Thin cut here. Rather thin cut.
Too thin. She might have covered it. She did. Could be a rail first available for Centeno.
These are pretty straightforward kicks. Well, she looks like she might spin it rail first. I like kicking it down the long rail.
Yeah, the rail first, kind of before the side is easier, but the position is better if you go to the short rail here. Missed it. Larson needs to take this chance, and she likely will.
They are playing the 3-foul rule, of course. They won't attempt that with 4 balls on the table, but just point that out. They are on a 30-second time clock, 60 seconds after the break, and then 1 extension per rack per player. Pretty straightforward 3-ball run.
George and I were going over the final 32 on the women's side, and there's already about 5 high-profile matches that are being played even in the final 32 stage.
There we go. And we'll update you between sets with some of those scores and who those 16 matches are. There's 16 matches being played, and we got some great ones. In fact, she's about to pocket this 10 ball. I'll go over some of those since I pulled it up.
Good shot.
All righty. We have Christina Tkach, who is also right here. And then we have Brianna Edwards and Rubelin Amit, your world 9-ball champion, also involved in the Challenge of Champions. And I'll read off the next 2 matches after this rack. We'll stay with the match.
Solid break from Larson there, hitting the rack square. Bit of spin on the cue ball, so lost a little bit of overall energy. That break can work, though. Centeno up quickly here. He's going to want the 8 to free up the corner for the 2. It does. This is where she's going to go into hyperdrive here. Maybe a little pause from the 4 to the 5, barely. Look for this rack to get down within less than 2 minutes. We'll just let her shoot here, George, and admire the natural talent.
Exactly. Such instinct, such flowing rhythm. 2 strokes, everything is aim and fire. Yeah, she's on the rail here, but maybe she'll aim longer. Yeah, just a hair.
Nice stroke.
How she's able to really have such great speed control with just one stroke kind of fascinates me.
Yep. And there's a huge intimidation factor. You know, it's like there's no time to recuperate in your chair. The recuperating is realizing that you're stuck in the match. That's all you can really. The next time you're at the table, it's like you're down. Trying to think. Kristina Zlateva has been doing well in the WPBA. Hasn't quite had her results in the real big majors. Like winning results. She's been near the end, but I'm talking about winning results, so look out for her.
Yeah. Christina Takac, the Crystal, and Rubelin Amit, who are playing in the Challenge of Champions. You're your reigning 9-ball world champion and your reigning 10-ball world champion. They each won their respective disciplines, one set apiece, and Friday night, 8 p.m., they'll be playing a race to 8 ball to settle for once, who is the champion of champions. And maybe this is the beginning of a women's world title for 8 ball.
Yeah, they will be contesting the Women's World 8-Ball Championships for the first time in, I want to say, it can't be forever, but we're talking like over 20 years. It'll be in Green Bay, Wisconsin, the first week of July. Little tough miss for Larson there. Centeno can't get in thin enough to play the carom here, so she's going to have to go rail first combo. It's possible the 3 fits past the 8. In fact, I think it does. Going to have to jam it in there with a lot of speed. Chance of the 3 jamming out here. It does. So second chance for Larson in this rack. 8's covering a good part of the 3. Just a question of if the part she has available is going to cut her into the pocket. I think it might.
It looks like it does. It looks, and she can slide just past the 6 a little. I don't think it goes towards the pocket too much, right? And come up for the 4. Hint of inside.
Yeah, she's actually looking at the long rail there, so she might not have enough of it. Good shot. Not perfect on the control. I believe she's left the pocketing angle, but look for Centeno to play the cue ball behind the 10 here. That shot's a lot tougher than it looks. You know that, George.
Oh, that little stun shot right there.
Any safe with draw. Anytime you're really trying to really pinpoint the cue ball with draw, it's a lot tougher than you think.
Yeah, what made it a little easier for her was she had a full ball to hit and just stunned the ball. That's a practice shot with dead center English on the cue ball.
Yeah, never spin that one.
Right.
Chance for Centeno here. Following or the drawing angle works. Looks like she's going to favor draw. See, even on the tougher one, she just kind of keeps the same pace. Like, that was not an easy shot, you know, just comes up, 2 strokes it. Kind of running into the 8 here. Good job to avoid it. Nice speed. Gonna have to draw over pretty straight onto the long rail here. Maybe come past it. Be able to develop a little more angle. That's a smart shot there. Pretty comfortable angle to get off the rail. Has to overhit the speed just slightly. Wow, it's beautiful stuff.
Watch how nice. Watch the follow through here. So pure, so perfect.
Yeah, it keeps her backstroke pretty short and gets a lot of power from her follow through.
Just going to use follow. Yeah, nicely done. I like that. Other players would use kind of like a stun and go straight up and come straight down. This is a much better angle, especially in avoiding the scratch going to the corner.
Yeah, good.
These guys work hard. The pool stat guy works hard at providing us with some great statistics on these matches.
Honestly, they have one of the toughest jobs in the whole tournament. They
Sure.
have to be on every shot. And these are real-time results produced by a program that they've made, but they also have to input a certain amount of info on every shot, and we really appreciate the stats.
Nothing offensive on the one. Long push. I think this is a pretty good push. If she banks the one ball towards the 9, trying to get it down table, the 9 ball is in the way, and the 3 ball makes the cue ball flirt with the pocket. Let's see how she handles this. She goes the other way. She cuts it in. She goes for the cut.
Yeah, she's aggressive.
Such aggression. And look, had she made it, it'd probably be very close to what she has. She'd have a shot on the 2. I'm noticing one thing, a pattern from her is if she thinks she can play position on the shot, she'll play it,
Yeah.
regardless of the difficulty factor.
Well, she's always looking for the kill, that's for sure. Job by Larson, creating some distance here. We think she's going to play safe, George. We can't guarantee it.
I think she'll play safe here. Just a matter of which way. Will she go around the 8-9 in the middle of the table, or will she try to stay on top of the 3 and send the 1 ball down? Looks like she's going around the 8-9. Coming all the way down behind the 5. Look for this type of a safety from a lot of the pro players when they have balls along the same rail.
Yeah, it's slang for that safe is like a wrap safety.
Sure.
Wrap the cue ball out of the corner.
And what makes it so effective is the jump. If it's too far away, they have to jump. She's going for the jump, but look how far away she has to jump this ball.
Great hit.
Good shot.
Not rewarded. Wonder if Centeno will go after the 10 here.
She does enjoy shots like this, but I think she's going to go for the run. No, she almost lined up on the 10.
The 1 passes. She's going to go side. Thing is, she's going to have to play the 5-10 at some point anyways. Could play the cue ball over into the short side of the 5 and long pocket on the 5.
Another player might have tried to draw the ball and stay on the other side of the 3 ball. She played it because it laid correctly for that shot.
Yeah, she plays the natural
Sure,
angle a lot,
exactly.
which is a very smart play. I mean, and just, for your players at home, play the natural angle whenever you can. And one of the skills in being able to do that is actually knowing where the cue ball is going with follow. Ooh, over deflected there. Actually, she was trying to create more angle going towards the 5, trying to play the thin part of the pocket.
Making sure she didn't catch the point of the corner pocket when she followed forward.
Right.
Yeah.
April's going to cross the 4 here. Bit of a 2-way, favoring banking the 4 short of the corner. Caught the 6 on the way down. Just left it okay.
Big pocket for the 4 ball.
Yeah, Centeno could play a 4-rail bank on the safe, but you're right. 6 makes the pocket bigger. That's what she did. So combo now for the first set. This is very missable. Distance between the cue ball and the 5. Distance between the 5 and the 10. Questionable whether she has enough of it, but she looks okay with it. Oh, she had to swerve it. What a shot. She put a slight bit of swerve on that ball, George. There's a great shot there. Strong set from Centeno as expected. Referee just asking both players if they want to stay in the arena.
Easton leads Kristina Zalteva 1-0. Jasmine Ocean has won the first set, but trails 1-0 in the second to Karen Lincoln. Soledad Ayala leads 3-1 over Pia Filler. And we are on to the second set here with the Flash breaking the balls.
Yeah, 6-ball in the top right. She did have one break and run in the first set. Tough opener on the 1 here. Could consider the cross bank. She's actually going to cut it straight in. She's playing a little more aggressive than she would against the real upper echelon players. And I mean, April is just knocking on that door of that caliber.
.665 Fargo, ranked 9th by the WPBA and ranked 30th by the WPA.
Half ball kick safe here.
How many people can say in their respective sports, I'm ranked 30th in the world?
Oh yeah, yeah. And one of the top American players, no doubt. Lots of time to really hone her game as well. Still in her early 20s.
This 3-ball is a little tough. She might have to settle for a bank or try to develop it right here.
Nice shot. Recognizing how much power she needed there. Cue ball was going to slow down off the second rail.
Playing the combo.
Yeah, I'm going to have to play the cue ball 2 rails across again.
Yeah, tricky little combo. They were both off the rail just a hair, and she cut it into the rail, forcing the cue ball, 4-ball away.
Centeno will be looking to play the cue ball beyond the 4 here if she can. Nice shot. I think Larson has to go all offense here, trying to kick this ball in. Not going to be a lot available on the 4, but not much else on the 3. Create distance. Look for a possible big stroke shot here from Centeno if she has enough of the 3. Coming across the right long rail and out. She excels on those shots, George.
She does. She hits them very, very well.
In good line now. Things starting to get a little urgent for Larson. Gonna have to take full advantage of her next opportunity at the table.
You know, I love how she plays the cue ball to the natural angle to go to the next shot. I always play into the correct side to just play the natural flow of the table.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest things you want to look for when playing position. You know, play the cue ball with follow, play into the angle position, and it's happening so fast with Centeno that it's hard to see sometimes, but.
Chezka breaking in game number 2 of the second set.
Just wait until John Schmidt sees Centeno play. I don't know if he'll be able to contain himself. I asked him before if he's ever seen her play. He said no.
You said no?
So I know he gets a little excited when when players are playing well, and I think
flowing rhythms, things like that. Yeah.
Nice shot by Centeno. April has the right long rail. Only chance to make it will be to hit it with draw. I don't think you can quite get enough draw to get out to the proper side of the 2, but she can try to stick the cue ball where the 2 is.
Yeah. Wouldn't you be attacking here rail first, just before the 6 ball on the rail?
It's rail first, yeah,
Yeah.
but just saying that I don't think you can actually kick it in. You just got to kind of play that side of it, kind of. Just had to hit it with a little more draw, a little less speed. Checking if the 3 ball goes here. It does. She has a fair bit of angle where she's going to come off the rail and make the cut on the 3 pretty thin, so she's thinking of other options. That's about as long as you'll ever see her think. And it was a complicated shot. Took about 15 seconds. Didn't get there. Tough shot.
I wonder what her thought process is. She just aims and then goes soft or hard. Yep. Whack.
Well, and you know,
That's
so
about it.
on something like on something like that, she had to recognize the speed, the spin. She did it so quickly. Got it wrong this time, but that's one of the only times she's been wrong in the match.
Yeah, Chezka is a Predator-sponsored player, so she's playing with all the goodies Predator provides. For those of you looking for cues, cases, tables, accessories, PredatorCues.com. Take a look at their pro team, all the players they sponsor, some info that they put on there for them, about them.
Decent chance for Larson here. Not the easiest starter. Biggest problem is you have to hit it with some speed. Always a little bit tough when you're playing into the side at a sharp angle like this. Just got to target the 3 good here. The cue ball will come out naturally. Gonna have enough speed. Just enough. Good shot.
Oops.
Following angle plays before the 10. That'll lead okay to getting into the 5 in the top right.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, and
Yeah, she can't get away with little misses like that.
can't.
She will be punished here.
But these are the kind of mistakes that happen when a lot of pressure is put on you too.
Mm-hmm.
Other player getting more table time, putting you like in a bad score line.
Little comparison, Eric. Who do you think plays faster? This young lady here, the Flash, or the Killa Filla?
She plays faster
Yeah.
because you know she doesn't really have a pre-shot routine. She just gets to the shot and shoots. Like a player that would kind of be similar to that for the men, who doesn't really play super fast, but definitely on the faster side, would be like Victor Zielinski. But it's very rare.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it's wrong. Like it's more
No.
old school where you just kind of, you see the shot, you take it, right? Like I'll just make a little comment here. I'm gonna let Centeno run these last 2 balls, likely. Like, she's a younger player, but she's playing more of an old school style where it's just recognize the shot, shoot the shot. A comment that the way that they're teaching players now, particularly like European players and North American coaches are getting into this, it's very structured. And, you know, I think it just kind of takes away from the artistry of the game a little bit. And when you just go by instinct, you know, there's a saying like just trust your instincts, right? And that's what Centeno's doing. Last thing about it, it takes a lot of talent to play how she does too.
It sure does.
So if you're not like, you know, if you don't have a big dose of natural talent, the other way is going to be more consistent for you.
Yeah. Very good analysis. Great. Such great instincts, recognizing all this. And it's all a process. First thing people criticize when they see a player like this, if they miss a ball, is, oh, she should have taken more time. Well, that interrupts the rhythm that she plays with.
Yeah. And it would be said that, you know, every 15th match or so, Centeno just looks completely out of sorts because for whatever reason, the intuition just isn't lining up to those shots. You know, she loses a bit of confidence.
Yeah.
It happened to her in the Women's World 10 Ball Championship semifinal.
Yeah, versus Rubelin Ahmet. I believe it was, yeah.
I can't remember the player, but I did the match, and you know she made 10 pretty bad mistakes over the course of it was Seo Soa.
Oh, so, okay.
Yeah. Ahmet won, or she won the 9 ball, but it was against Soa, and she made about 10 mistakes in that match. But you know, it's her style, and I think she should stick with it.
Yeah. I totally agree. You live and die by the sword.
Yeah.
Go on to PredatorCues.com and take a look at the new Predator table, the Arc. We'll see it in the U.S. towards the end of the year. They've used it in one of the Euro tours and had some raving reviews by the players.
Four ball down, nothing on the 1. Too aggressive to jump. Should be looking at distance push options. She's going away from the table. Don't tell me she's going to jump, Troy.
She's got the jump cue and she took the back part off of it, so
Wow.
she's going to get it up in the air pretty quick and keep it there.
Oh, this is just...
Uh-oh.
She's fine. Wow.
She jumps that and gets perfect shape.
Unbelievable.
You know, that kind of I don't know why it came to mind, but do you remember the old commercial with Mizrak, Steve Mizrak?
Just showing
Even
off.
when you're just showing off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys, it's on YouTube, actually. If you want to probably just put in those keywords with Steve's name, it'll come up. Wow. Centeno. Go ahead, George.
I was just going to say this break and run will probably be under 2 minutes. Under 2 minutes.
Yeah, and this is 2 break and runs on the trot, 3 overall in the match. Larson with a couple small mistakes, but that's all it takes typically with Centeno. World-class performance here.
And this to close out the match.
I think the performance speaks for itself.
Yeah. She closes the match out with 2 break and runs, and we'll move on, needing one more match to get